All right, let's dive in. Today, we're figuring out why all those big-name brands pick WordPress for their websites. We've got a cool article here called Why Top Brands Choose WordPress Websites. Came out just this past June from Lami Godlove Digital. Doesn't matter if you're a tech newbie or you've been around the block. We're going to see what makes WordPress so popular and what you should think about if you're thinking of using it.
It's crazy how much WordPress has changed, right? Like from back in 2003, it was just for blogs. Now it's a whole content management system, CMS they call it. Handles e-commerce, big marketing campaigns, the whole shebang.
Yeah, and almost half of all websites are running on WordPress. Did you know that? 64.1% market share. That's huge, UGE. We're talking CNN, TED, UPS, even CBS Radio. They all use it.
It's not just the little guys either, right? So what's the secret sauce?
Well, this article says a big reason is it's free.
Free.
Yep, and open source. No fees. Anyone can use it, change it, whatever.
Makes sense, especially for businesses watching their pennies.
Right. You'd think free means like not as good. But the article showed Google Trends data.
Oh, yeah.
Totally blows competitors out of the water. SharePoint, Drupal, Wix, Squarespace, none of them come close.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more than just the price, right?
Exactly. WordPress is just so easy to use, even if you don't know coding or design. Anyone can build a beautiful website. No need to hire some fancy developer.
And they're always updating it, so you get the latest bells and whistles.
Perfect for someone like you who's learning. You focus on your stuff. No tech headaches.
And speaking of headaches, think of all the money you save. Not just the platform being free, but you can do most of the website stuff yourself.
No need to pay those developer fees, huh?
Exactly. Then there's this huge plugin library.
Plugins.
Like extra tools, free and paid, add all sorts of features. You can set up an online store, boost your search rankings, anything.
Sounds like a dream come true.
Right. Customization galore. But there's a little catch. The article mentions that not all those plugin developers are created equal. Some are better at updates and support than others, so gotta be careful.
Ah, good point. So you can't just install a zillion of them willy-nilly.
All right, do your research first. Now let's talk SEO, search engine optimization.
The bread and butter for getting people to your site.
And WordPress just nails it. The article highlighted how WordPress sites are built to be SEO friendly right from the start.
So they're like designed to work well with Google.
Exactly. Higher ranking in search results, more people find you.
Nice. And since they keep updating WordPress, it always has the latest SEO tricks.
Makes your life easier. Speaking of easy, let's talk customization. You can change how your website looks and feels with tons of different themes.
Themes? Like different styles?
Yeah. Like clothes for your website. They gave an example in the article.
Yeah.
Changing the header or footer, super easy. Those are important for your brand,
Makes sense. And we can't forget those plugins.
Right. Social media buttons, email, marketing integration, bam, plugin. It's like a whole toolkit to personalize your website.
Now we're talking. This is why I love WordPress. You're not stuck with one hosting provider.
Oh, yeah. You can move your site whenever you want. But the article does say, picking a good host from the beginning is key. Less frustration.
Like building a house on solid ground, right?
Perfect analogy. They even suggest a couple. Name Hero, good if you're on a budget.
And for top performance.
SiteGround, they get rave reviews.
Speaking of reviews, we can't ignore security. That's got to be a big concern for folks.
Absolutely. But WordPress is built with security in mind. Less vulnerable than some other platforms out there. Plus, you've got updates all the time. Most hosts give you free SSL certificates, backup plugins, staging features. You're pretty well covered.
Especially important for those handling, sensitive stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And think about it. Nowadays, more people browse on their phones than computers.
So your site's got to look good on a tiny screen.
That's where responsive design comes in. WordPress sites automatically adjust to any screen size.
Oh, wow. So you don't have to do anything extra.
Nope. Built in, reaches your audience no matter what device they're using.
That's brilliant. What else is there?
Oh man, WordPress can do it all. E-commerce stores, blogs, online courses, real estate sites, anything you can think of.
You're kidding. All with one platform.
That's the beauty of it. And it just keeps getting better, new features and improvements all the time.
Shows you they're in it for the long haul.
Right. And that's partly thanks to the awesome WordPress community.
Oh, yeah.
Huge advantage. Tons of free help, experts everywhere. Forums, Facebook groups, Slack, podcasts, you name it.
Wow. So you're never really alone if you need help.
Exactly. They even have these WordCamp events all over the world.
WordCamp.
Yeah, like a conference, meet other WordPress users, learn from the pros. Awesome vibe.
That's incredible. So we've got this powerful, easy-to-use platform, tons of support. What's not to love?
Exactly. But what about you? What could you create with WordPress?
That's a good question. Let's take a quick break and think about that. We'll be back to dive even deeper into the world of WordPress.
Sounds good to me. Back in a flash.
All right, welcome back to our WordPress deep dive. Before we go too far, let's go back to that hosting thing.
Picking the right provider, right?
Yeah, it can be tough, especially if you're new to this whole website game.
Totally. It's like you wouldn't build a house on a shaky foundation.
Yeah.
Same with your website. A bad host means slow loading, downtime, all that. No one wants to deal with that.
So true. Luckily, the article gives us some good advice.
Yeah, they mentioned Name Hero, good for folks on a budget.
Solid choice, right? Good mix of price and reliability.
And if you want the best of the best.
Let me guess. SiteGround.
Bingo. Speed, security, amazing customer service. People rave about them.
It's great that the article is just giving solid advice, no shady affiliate links or anything.
Agreed. Speaking of good advice, let's talk about the WordPress community.
That's a big deal, right?
Huge. One of the best things about WordPress, if you love working with others, learning together, you'll fit right in.
I can see that. They really stress that community aspect.
And there's so many ways to connect.
Like what?
Forums, Facebook groups, Slack channels, even podcasts, Reddit, you name it.
Wow, something for everyone.
And then there are these word camps,
Word camps.
Yeah, in-person events, meet other WordPress fans, experts, beginners, everyone.
That sounds like a blast.
They're all over the world, probably one near you.
It's really cool that they emphasize you're never alone in this, even if you're just starting out.
It makes you feel more confident.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into some of those features. We talked about plugins, but they're seriously game changers.
So they can really transform your website.
Absolutely. You want to shop, SEO optimization, anything, there's probably a plugin for it.
Seriously, anything. That's amazing.
And the best part, don't like a plugin, get rid of it, add a new one, you're not stuck.
That flexibility is awesome, especially for businesses that are always, changing.
Right. And the article mentioned something else I thought was really important, accessibility.
Making sure everyone can use the websites, right?
Exactly. Keyboard navigation, screen reader compatibility, alt text for images, all that.
It's about being inclusive, making sure the information is accessible to everyone.
And speaking of information, creating content on WordPress is super easy.
Even if you're not a tech whiz.
Totally. The editor is like a word processor, but you publish straight to your website.
Makes sense. And WordPress is all about managing content, right?
That's its core. Categorize posts, tags, schedule stuff, keep it all organized.
Great for bloggers, businesses, anyone who's always putting out new content.
Now, the article also talked about picking the right theme.
Themes. That's the design, right?
Yeah, like the overall look and feel. Thousands to choose from, free and paid.
Wow. So many options.
Some are for specific things like shops or portfolios. Others are more general.
So you got to choose one that fits your, style and goals.
And like plugins, do your research. Read reviews, try demos, make sure it's kept up to date.
What I love about WordPress is it works for everyone, beginners and experts.
It grows with you, right?
Exactly. Start simple, add more features as you learn, no limits.
The article calls it scalability. That's why so many businesses love it.
Small startups to huge companies, WordPress can handle it.
But let's get back to security for a second.
Right. Got to be careful.
WordPress itself is secure,
Yeah.
but you can't just set it and forget it.
It's like having a security system. You still got to lock your doors.
Exactly. Updates are key, themes, plugins, everything. Strong passwords, two-factor authentication, all those extra layers.
And don't forget, a good hosting provider, they play a big role in security.
Totally. There are also security plugins, but the main thing is being proactive.
Security is a journey, not a destination.
Now, before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a question.
Oh, okay.
What are some of those myths about WordPress? The things people say that might stop them from trying it.
That's a good one. Let's think about that, and we'll come back with some answers.
And we're back, ready to bust some WordPress myths.
Let's do it. I bet we've all heard a few.
Oh, for sure. Like WordPress is just for blogs, right?
Ugh, that one drives me nuts. It's so much more than that.
It's a full-blown CMS, right? The article had tons of examples, shops, portfolios, big business websites, membership stuff, anything.
Exactly. Versatility is the name of the game. Another myth. Too technical.
Yeah, people get intimidated. I can't code, they say.
But it's gotten so user-friendly. Come on. Especially that content editor. Super easy.
And those themes, plugins, they make things so simple.
The learning curve's not bad at all. Plus, hello, that awesome community's there to help.
Tons of free resources, online support. You're never truly stuck. But what about security?
Ah, yes, the big one. Not safe for businesses, they say.
Especially if you're handling sensitive data, right?
It's a fair concern, but honestly, WordPress takes security seriously.
Like we said, layers of protection, good hosting, updates, passwords, two-factor plugins.
If you're proactive, just like with any platform, you're good to go. Oh, and then there's speed.
People think WordPress sites are slow, clunky.
Right. But that's usually not WordPress's fault.
It's a lightweight platform. It's those bulky themes, plugins, or a bad host that slow things down.
Pick a fast host, be smart about what you install, optimize a bit, you'll be flying.
And of course, mobile optimization. Gotta make sure it looks good on phones.
Essential these days, most people browse on mobile. Thankfully, WordPress makes it easy.
Responsive design looks sharp on any screen. So, to sum it up, not just for blogs, not too technical, secure if you do it right, and can be super speedy.
We've officially busted those myths.
Hopefully now you see the power of WordPress, whatever kind of website you dream of.
It puts you in control, lets you be creative, and connects you with this awesome community.
So what are you waiting for? Go build something amazing with WordPress.
We're cheering you on. Happy learning, everyone.